Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about what happened near in Portimao. Now, I did have big expectations of Johan Mir, especially for this weekend. He did finish a third and a second the time before, so I was quite bullish on how I thought that he would fare this weekend. I think in the wet he performed fairly well, actually. You know, he was in and around there building a solid weekend. In the dry, there wasn't a lot of running with only, kind of 20 minutes warm up. It was still cold before heading on to the race. Now, in the race itself, he took off like a scalded cat. Probably one of the best starts I've ever seen in MotoGP. He actually, besides Jorge Martin in Qatar, I think that was probably one of the cleanest starts that I'd seen. And it looked like he pulled an early gap, but suddenly for me, I could see that his pace was dropping, and that he wasn't able to hold it as much as he was in the opening couple of laps. Now, after the race, he did say that within a couple of laps he started losing feel in the front, and he just couldn't hold on to the bike in braking or going through the corners. So, realistically, it made him a sitting duck, not just for Quartararo. You could see as soon as Quartararo went past, he pulled a gap almost immediately. Now, the whole incident with Jack Miller, doesn't really matter who was right or wrong. I think everyone knows at this stage that Miller was in the wrong, but I thought Mir handled it extremely well in the interviews after. When he was asked about the crash, he kind of shrugged his shoulders and he's like, well, look, I've kind of, it was Jack's fault, but I've made those kind of mistakes myself, so I'm not really going to hold it against Jack for doing it. And I thought, when he was doing that interview, I thought, that is absolute sign of pure class. Do you know what I mean? He could have whinged and moaned about it, but he kind of was like, well, I've done it myself, so no real fingers pointed. And Jack already knows that he was in the wrong. Not surprised that Jack didn't really get a penalty of it. It was a racing incident, but Jack was at fault. It does leave him, I suppose, in a bit of a challenging time now for the championship. He does still, he did a great race. Rins did a better race. Rins is joined first in the championship with Fabio. So again, look, Mir does need a couple of solid performances now again just to get back on track. It's not his fault he was taken out, but points equal prizes. So for his championship, it is important this weekend coming up in Jerez that he has a solid weekend. But I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think of his overall performance over the weekend, and also what you think are his chances in Jerez this weekend. So I'm going to wrap it up there for today, but I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy MotoGP together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.